So I've been homeschooling for about 2 years now, and my son's in first grade. And something that I think we don't talk enough about with homeschooling is just figuring out what your favorite homeschool lesson planner is going to be. And I've been through so many different types of lesson planners. So I wanted to go over today what I've tried, what I liked about the things I tried, and then now what I'm doing. And I'll just give you a preview that basically I'm taking a hybrid approach and pulling out the best of all the things I've tried, and I've kind of created my own thing. I'm using Google Slides for my lesson planning. And for example, when my son logs in, he can actually present this on his computer and then go through, okay, calendar, we're going to go through ABC Mouse or Starfall. Choose one. It's interactive. You can look at the calendar. If you click on this link right here, it takes you to Google Weather, and then we have a read aloud. I either have YouTube videos of people who are doing a read aloud on YouTube, or if I have a library book, I will do the read aloud. And then we do questions about the story. We might have a lesson related to it, like we did this one, Stella Luna. And then we go into today's lesson. So that's the beginning part of my homeschool, and then we get to the actual meat and potatoes of it. And this is for one of my kids. He's in first grade, and this looks like a lot, but let me just show you what this is. I decided to do 4 days a week, and we're off on Friday and Saturday, and then we do a little bit on Sunday. So the morning block is where I want to get done everything that's most important to me, like his reading, spelling, math, language arts, all that. The afternoon block is stuff that I think we should do and we should cover, but if we don't get to it that day, I'm not too worried about it. So it's a little bit more flexible, and that's why the afternoon block, we don't always get everything done on the list, depending on how my son is feeling about it and our time and stuff. But it's not set in stone. I could have just put day one, day two, day three, day four, and then I could skip Wednesday and then do it on Friday instead. I could do it that way too. So it's super flexible and open. I used to use Google Classroom. Let me open up this. Google Classroom, I would have had my son go into his English, and then I would have had him, if I assigned him a specific language arts assignment for the day, he would open it up and he would complete it and stuff. This is page 100, parts of speech, and so he would go through and then submit it. One thing I didn't like about this method, though, is that it does make you assign a date. Like this is due on January 18th. And if you get behind on it, it's a nightmare to try to figure out how to get caught up. So I don't like the dates on this. Also, to submit it and to say you completed it, there's like 5 clicks. And I don't know why. That really bugs me that there's so many little clicks just to say you completed an assignment. I decided not to keep going with it. Let me just show you how I would do this. So for my son, he could click on the link right here for reading, and it would take you into an entirely separate Google Slides document for just reading. And so I will do all of my major lesson planning right here for reading. I do have a couple things I do, like I have 5 in a row, I have this hardcore textbook, or get books from the library. I have other stuff too. So what I did was I took all of the pages from my textbook and I just put them all in different slides, like page 136, the enormous turnip, page 154, helping out, page 172, Mr. Putter and Tabby. So these are all from his book. And then it switches over to, I'm going to show you, after the book is done, we are going to do 5 in a row. And so I took everything from that book too, like on this day. Day 5, we're going to read the story about ping right there, and then read the paragraph about art mediums, read the paragraph about drawing water, and then the book suggested that we should do something with watercolor. And so I went and found this YouTube video and I put it right into the Google Slide document. You can push play on it, and it has a tutorial on how to paint a watercolor sunset. So I thought that'd be fun for us to try to do that. And so this is where I do my lesson planning. Like I found this documentary about China's Yangtze River, and then this other one about buoyancy and like sinking and floating. I found this video about that. So that's why I put those in there. And so if you're done with the assignment, right click on the little checkbox and change it. Or if it was a circle, right click on it, hit checkbox. So there's only 2 clicks. I'm very particular about how many clicks it takes to complete things. So it only takes 2 clicks. Right click on it and checkbox. You can change it to a bullet point if you wanted to make them all bullet points, and you can do that. And then right click on the bullet point, click on the checkbox. See? When the week is through, you're just gonna have to go through and reset all of these. Not a big deal. One thing that makes it hard for my son when he's doing his lessons, like if he's doing spelling, it's annoying that there's so many tabs at the top of my paper, at the top of my browser. And so I thought about it and I was like, you know what I could do? Take reading, spelling, math, and language arts, open all of them before school starts for the day, find the next lesson in here. This one was Johnny Appleseed. Copy it and then paste it in here. So if I did that, then my son wouldn't have to hardly do anything. He would just log in to the day, right? Go through and then skip this page and just go straight into his reading assignment. Do Johnny Appleseed. And then go into a spelling assignment, which is all right here. I copied and pasted all of it. And then after spelling, he can do engineering. And here's the YouTube video right here for that paper rocket. Yeah. So you could just put down all the assignments by copying and pasting straight from the other documents you already have. That's another way to just make it really streamlined so that your child knows exactly what to do and it's visually appealing and it has everything on there that you want them to do. I didn't tell you this, but when I'm finished with it, if we finish Johnny Appleseed, which we actually did, right click on it and hit skip slide. And now you can see that we've skipped it, so we've finished it. I did try this thing called Glide app right here. And I know you can't see me anymore, but this is the Glide app that I was using. And it's really cool because you can code it yourself and make it look exactly how you want it to. And then it actually creates an app for you. And so this is fun. I made an app for my son and I put all the different subjects in there. Basically, it's like a checklist of all the things. Okay, did you do your math assignment? And then if you did it, check the box, it disappears. And so if you want to know where the source is for that app information, it comes from this Google Sheet. You could edit the sheet yourself and then that goes into the app. So it's actually really fun. It's really a fun thing to do. I would not recommend it though, because after a while, you have to pay for a subscription because of like how much data you have, how many rows, how many columns you're using for data, you know? So I was like, oh, I don't really know if I like that anymore. So I kind of stopped doing that. Also, we've already talked about Google Classroom and how I didn't really like that either. Okay, so the good thing about this method is, let's recap. I like that you can check things off the list. I like that I can customize his lessons and add supplements to them, YouTube videos or other links that I know of, we could add to it. I like that you can make it so that they can just go through each assignment for the day on the Google Slide document, and that could be the way that you keep it all organized for that day. And then you'll have to just go back and skip the slides of all the ones you completed that day. I like that. And one thing it doesn't have is that you can't write anything down by hand. So if you like writing things out, you could write it out for the day, like on a whiteboard, and then just have your child check out the box or erase what you've already completed. That's kind of motivating for my son. I used to tie it to screen time. I don't do that anymore, but he got like 15 minutes per assignment or something like that. So that's what I'm doing for homeschool planning this year, and I'm not doing the Google Classroom anymore, even though I spent hours on it. I'm letting go of all the things that are not working. I'm only going to do the things that are working for me. Right now, that's Google Slides. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.